And a story we brought you at the end of yesterday during Tour Prime Time was that American Ted King on the Cannondale squad, the 30-year-old from Exeter, New Hampshire, he had been eliminated. Now, his Cannondale team did a good job in the time trial, not great, but King unfortunately did not make it in under the time limit, and unfortunately, his tour is over.
The time limit in the Tour de France is a blood meridian running through the heart of the Tour. Every rider knows he has to finish within a certain percentage of the stage winner. In the team time trial, it's a little bit liberal. It's 25%. But when you get dropped early, it is a desperate struggle to finish the race within the time limit. It's a bad spirit that haunts your dreams. You know, if you're having a bad day, if you've been injured in a crash, you have to carry on. You have to get through the next stage. Sometimes those are the most difficult moments in your career.
He was eliminated by a mere 7 seconds. And not to give excuses, but remember, he was hurt on day one in the crash from Porto Vecchio up to Bastia. But right off the bat, you could tell Ted King was not in top form.
This is within the first couple of miles of starting the stage. Ted King, unable to put full pressure on his arms in the time trial position, opted for his regular road bike with the Aero clip-on bars, not as aerodynamic as his teammates. Teammates did a decent team time trial, but for Teddy King, it'd be a struggle throughout the stage to try to stay close enough to stay in the race.
And social media reacted. Cyclists from around the world, Taylor Phinney, Jens Voigt, Jonathan Vaughters, hashtagging Let Ted Ride. Everyone a little upset that the 7 seconds, there couldn't have been some justification for why that happened. But unfortunately for Ted King, it is over at the Tour de France. For more on this story, our Steve Schlenger reports from Cagnes-sur-Mer.
Ted King was absolutely distraught at the team hotel last night. And while Cannondale did not file an official protest, they did speak with the jury and tried to plead their case as to why he should continue in the Tour de France. But the jury just wasn't having it. I spoke with someone from that jury this morning, and they told me they're going by the book on this one, and King is out. However, Ted did come to the start with his squad today, and he will travel with them to the finish because he's meeting his parents who have flown in to Marseille and were hoping to see him race. Earlier this morning, I caught up with King at the team hotel to discuss this whole situation.
Yeah, these first 4 days have been a bigger roller coaster than I ever could have imagined. Going back to the first stage, and on the side of the road, I'm sort of white and shocked thinking about what's happening. I feel the grit of the bones. You know, I thankfully learn in the next few hours that they're not broken, but it's a separated shoulder. You know, from there it was going to be one day at a time. And honestly, from there, I mean, we took off. I had a window seat on the plane from Corsica, and I'm looking at the island saying, you know, things are looking up. The team time trial, which I didn't think would be an issue. It's a roller coaster. Yeah, last night, the past 24 hours, past 12 hours have been absolutely heartbreaking. My folks came in yesterday. They're in Marseille. So I'll go to the finish and, yeah.
Take your time.
And that was an absolutely devastated Ted King. Remember, the young man from Exeter, New Hampshire, his Tour de France has come to a conclusion. Play devil's advocate here. Was this the fair ruling? Was this the right ruling?
Fair? No way. The Tour de France is not fair. It will shatter your dreams. It will break your heart. But has justice been served? People will have to decide that for themselves. Geraint Thomas did the team time trial, broken pelvis. Tony Martin, we saw the drama that he went through on stage number 1 with a concussion. He's carried through, helped Omega get second on the stage. But the Tour de France is not fair, no way. And one thing that really hurts as a bike racer is when you cannot be there for your teammates. They're going to have to continue the rest of the Tour de France, and you're going to be sent home. You'll be watching the rest of the race. It's not a one-day event. It goes on for a month. So for the rest of July, Ted King will have to watch this event, and it's very tough. I've been there myself before, and it's the toughest place you can be as a bike racer.
Looking at this at all angles, Bob, and I think, would Cannondale or could Cannondale have said, hey, guys, pull back the horsepower a little bit. Ted's really struggling. Let him come in so he doesn't get eliminated.
It's unrealistic to ask his teammates to ease up in the team time trial. You have one idea in mind, and when they say go, you drill it until you drop. That's what the team time trial is all about. You try to be there for your teammates in that, and Teddy King got dropped so soon it was going to always be a struggle, but it's unrealistic to ask his teammates to slow down, really.